Hi there! Are you ready to dive into a world of color and creativity? Well, you are in for a treat because we are kicking off a brand new series all about painting mesmerizing watercolor fish. Whether you're a seasoned artist or just dipping your toes into the world of watercolors, this series is for you. I will be taking you on an underwater journey, showing you step by step how to paint stunning goldfish and graceful koi fish from start to finish. But that's not all. Each tutorial will be packed with tips, tricks, and techniques to help you level up your watercolor game. From mastering the art of blending to creating captivating details, we will got you covered. So grab your brushes and get ready to make a splash with me. Whether you are looking for a new hobby or hoping to sharpen your skills, this series is sure to inspire and delight. Recently, I got this new watercolor block. So just a quick note before we begin. This is the watercolor block I will be using throughout this Watercolor Fish series. And today's demo is not sponsored. I simply want to share with you the tools and the materials that I personally really enjoy working with. So let's talk about this watercolor block. It's 300 GSM and made of cotton paper, perfect for absorbing those vibrant watercolor pigments. Now let's dive into this process together. Here are all the materials I'll be using in today's demo: 2 clean jars of water, my watercolor palette, a pencil, eraser for sketching the goldfish, and 2 brushes, one large round brush or mop brush, and one small Chinese watercolor painting brush. And then you might have seen in previous videos. I also have a kitchen sponge handy, which I use to clean my brush and absorb any extra water. And lastly, there's a spray bottle, which I sometimes use to pre-wet my paint. Okay, let's dive in. I've already finished a simple sketch of the fish, which I will show you in just a moment. You can check the reference sketch photo from the link in the description below, so you can paint along if you like. Alright, let's dive into the painting process. First up, I will grab my mop brush and load it with some clean water. Then I will apply the background just along the fish, utilizing the wet on wet technique. Be mindful not to extend the background too far past the outline of the fish. Now let's talk colors for the background. I'm going to use cerulean blue, heavily diluted with water to achieve a milk-like consistency. Additionally, I will mix in some quinacridone lilac, also mixed with plenty of water. Using the tip of my brush, I will gently touch the wet surface with cerulean blue, allowing it to blend organically. It's like a dance on the paper, creating soft, flowing shapes. For efficiency, I will switch between brushes as apply different colors or different shapes. This not only saves time but also keeps the colors crisp. Don't forget to clean your brush between color changes and use clean water to blend the colors at the borders. As we continue adding color to the background, remember that the paper is still quite wet. This allows for a soft flowing effect, mimicking the movement of the water. Let's wait the background is dry, then we will move on to paint the fish. Now let's shift our focus to painting the fish. I will start by mixing cadmium red or cadmium red light with a touch of carmine and a hint of cerulean blue to create a purplish hue for the darker areas. Using a small brush, I will carefully wet the fish, ensuring the precise application of color. Then use the tip of the brush to gently touch the surface when you apply the color. Try to outline or paint the shape of the object. Then switch to the side of the brush to cover more area for the fish body. This helps in achieving smoother coverage. Now add a touch of lilac to create some darker shaded areas for the fish. Next, delicately sweep the brush for the fish's fins. For the other side, I prefer using carmine to define the shape of the fin, using the tip of the brush to add the detail to the fin's end. Also deepen the color for the fish belly to emphasize the shadow areas. Moving on, let's enhance the areas around the eyes and add another layer of detail to the fish's fin. Don't forget to give a little touch to the fish's mouth for that extra realism. Now onto coloring the tail. Switch to a large brush for more efficiency. Remember, for small areas, use a small brush, and for larger areas, opt for a larger brush. That's probably my kind of painting philosophy. Add a hint of lilac to the fin's tips to create depth. Clean your brush, then use clean dry brush occasionally to absorb extra color and create highlights. Alright, the first layer is complete. Once it's dry, we can move on to the second layer or add more intricate details to the fish. Let's start by adding finer details to the fins. Using a small brush, creating thin lines to enhance realism. Pay special attention to the eyes as they bring life to our fish. Use a side brush to add shading to the fish's belly, adding dimensions to our painting. Now let's address those little gaps around the belly and tail area. We want a seamless transition, so we will fill those in with some background colors. Start by wetting the gap area with clean water Then delicately apply some cerulean blue to create a harmonious background. Just tap gently with the tip of your brush, then use a clean brush to refine the edges for a more natural look. Much better. With that done, our main subject is really starting to take shape. Now let's dive into adding some finer details to the other side of the fins. Next, let's enhance the tail, adding another layer of color and defining the shape of the tail will really make it pop. Take your time with this step and to capture the elegance of our fish friend. Alright, I'd say our fish is looking pretty good. Take a moment to admire the progress we were made so far. Thanks for joining me on this painting journey. If you found this tutorial helpful or enjoyable, please show your support by giving it a thumbs up and subscribing to my channel. Stay tuned for more tutorials in the Watercolor Fish Series. Until next time, happy painting. Thanks and bye for now.